Hey everybody, John Granato from the bench. Mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, and that's AJ Hoffman. He's on the Blitz. That's afternoons on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. And we want you to hit subscribe right now. Please subscribe, and you'll get notifications of the stuff that we're talking about so that you can see some of your favorite content. You guys have been doing a great job. We really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. Let's talk a little Rockets basketball. Hey, they're in the spotlight, you know, this game, the second game against Oklahoma City notwithstanding, but they're playing some pretty good basketball, AJ. And if they're in the hunt for a playoff spot, you know, Stephen Silas, Coach of the Year, Rafael Stone, I honestly think that Rafael Stone right now is a main candidate for Executive of the Year. With all the stuff that he has had to do and the moves that he has made, he's done a hell of a job with this team.
If they find a way to make the playoffs, that they're certainly in the conversation. I mean, they're one of the bigger surprises in the league right now. I mean, the New York Knicks are in line for a playoff spot right now. I think they're in line for a playoff home series, which is just mind-boggling. So there are some other teams in the league that are surprising right now, but the Rockets are certainly one of them. I had no expectations for this team. I was just glad to see them kind of start fresh, and I was sort of resigned to the fact that this team is not going to be very competitive for a while, and I was okay with it. I just wanted to see them start to build. So basically, any success that they're having this year is a bonus to me, and they are way outperforming any expectations I could have had. I think you're right. I think Stephen Silas is doing a great coaching job to have them here. I think Rafael Stone, you do have to give him some credit. You know, for a guy who his reputation was not very great when he got this job. A lot of people didn't have high hopes for what he would do. To have this team even competing for a playoff spot at about the quarter mark of the season is pretty impressive.
Well, but not only that. I mean, there's only 4 guys left from what he inherited.
Yep.
Eric Gordon, P.J. Tucker, Ben McLemore, and one more guy, Daniel House, and that's it. And that's it. Otherwise, and oh, by the way, you get rid of your 2 $40 million players. Okay, you got to bring that. You sign Christian Wood, the best signing of the offseason, all-star caliber player for $41 million over 3 years is a steal. I mean, so everything he's touched has been wonderful, and it's just to me, Rafael Stone has had to do more and done a better job at it than anybody else in the league so far. And then Stephen Silas. Now, not only is Stephen Silas doing a hell of a job here, but look at the Mavericks. They're a mess.
Yeah.
They're a mess without him. That says a lot about Stephen Silas, doesn't it?
I think it probably does, and especially when you look at the Mavericks and what kind of struggles they're having. My initial thought was, well, and as someone who doesn't watch every Mavericks game, I thought, well, Luka must not be performing all that well, and no, that's not the case. Luka's playing really well. The rest of that team is just not stepping up for him, and yeah, a lot of that could be, you know, they're missing some coaching elements, and I do think that Stephen Silas is already, you know, in 20-something games proven that he's a valuable commodity. This guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I think Christian Wood's an all-star. Does he need a spot, you think, in the all-star game to get? And I think he's at the quarter pole. He's one of the most improved players. I mean, he's got to keep on playing like that. Again, game 2 against Oklahoma City notwithstanding, the guy has been unbelievable. And I think that he's got a shot at being most improved player and an all-star this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. I would say that the most improved player, 20 games into the season, it's, you know, there's a lot of basketball to be played. I would say halfway to the All-Star game, though, yeah, I think he warrants one of those spots. I don't think that's crazy talk. So, and if he does end up making the All-Star team and he has a second half, anything close to his first half, it's going to be impressive. I will say this, though, a lot of the success that this team's had, a lot of the success Christian Wood has had, has been tied to health. A lot of the questions for this team were, can they stay healthy? I mean, if I told you John Wall would be relatively healthy so far this year, I think most people would have been like, yeah, right. That's been a big deal. Christian Wood being on the court has been a big deal for these guys. If they can keep that up, I think you're looking at, by the time this season ends, there's a lot of guys who you're going to go, wow, they really exceeded expectations. Christian Wood really exceeded expectations. John Wall really exceeded expectations. Yep. And in turn, Stephen Silas really exceeded expectations.
Absolutely. And that's what wins you these awards, too, is exceeding expectations as opposed to stars playing great because we know stars are going to play great. So this is a lot of fun. I'm going to tell you, I really am enjoying this team right now, and hopefully that keeps up.